Hello, everybody. This is Joseph P. Farrell with news and views from the Nefarium on Thursday, July 19th, 2018. Just a quick announcement. There is no vid chat tomorrow. I've been receiving some questions, and I think maybe people need to check the schedule. As I said last week, watch the schedule this month. There is a chance that I might have to shift the next vid chat into August at some point. I don't know. Everything's kind of up in the air again, schedule-wise, so keep an eye on the schedule. But for now, our next scheduled vid chat is going to be next a week from tomorrow, next Friday on July 27th. Now, today's news and views is centered around two articles. Both of these were sent to me by some regular readers here. Brexiters in the United Kingdom, you might want to pay attention to this one because there are developments in both Germany and Europe for the common European defense. And I want you to take this first article and put it in the context of the second article, because I've been arguing for many years that a common European defense, while it will talk and mouth cooperation with NATO and so on and so forth, it's really a way to get around and out from under NATO. And the country that will be in the driver's seat, so to speak, is going to be Germany. Now, the first article is an article by Sebastian Sprenger. The byline here is from Cologne. The title of the article is "Germany Wants Its Own Version of DARPA." That's the Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency, or as we like to call it here on the suggestion of one of our regular members, we like to call it the Diabolically Apocalyptic Research Projects Agency. But in any case, Germany wants its own version of DARPA, and within the year, this is a very recent article, and I want to read you just the first few paragraphs here because I think they're highly significant. Quote, German Defense and Interior Ministry officials are pushing for the creation of a new agency this year that will study disruptive technologies relevant to Germany's defense and security. A decision on the way forward is expected shortly, a Defense Ministry spokesman told Defense News on Wednesday. Planning is underway to get the green light from the Finance Ministry, a necessary step, listen carefully, because the agency would be set up as an in-house limited liability corporation, according to the spokesman. So in other words, stop right there and consider the implications. We're going to set up a DARPA-like agency in Germany. We can call it the Kammlerstab 2.0 for those of you who've been following my books. But this is also going to be a corporation, okay? So in other words, think now of non-state actors having lots of access to some pretty sophisticated technology. Anyway, let's continue. If all goes according to plan, insiders believe cabinet-level consideration of the effort could come as early as September. While there is no official word on the exact timing, the spokesman said creating the agency is firmly on the calendar for 2018. The full name for the outfit is Agentur für disruptive Innovationen in der Cybersicherheit und Schlüsseltechnologien, or ADIC. Its name first popped up in the coalition government agreement between Chancellor Angela Merkel's Christian Democratic Union and Social Democrats in March. So in other words, this is a component of the current coalition. Now, should Merkel's government fall, and I don't think now that it will before September, this is probably going to stay on the plate regardless of who takes over if the Merkel government should fall. Even the AfD party in Germany, I suspect, would go through with this. The document postulated that the agency, overseen by the two ministries for interior and exterior security, would help ensure Germany's technological innovation leadership. Also requested in that document was the creation of an IT security fund that would help protect related key technologies. In other words, you're setting up a corporation, you're setting up a fund. Now all you need to do is use that fund to get those patents into that corporation. So, yeah, shades of DARPA all over again here, folks. And continuing, Defense Minister Ursula von der Leyen referred to the coming agency in a speech in May, equating its purpose to that of the Pentagon's Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency, otherwise known as DARPA. She presented the idea as part of a wider plan toward deep futures thinking on cybersecurity matters, which also includes a study program at the Bundeswehr University in Munich. Oh joy, as the individual put it to me who sent this article to my attention. Oh joy, what could possibly go wrong? Well, let's view this in the context of the second article that I put up there, because that second article, for all of you folks in Europe, is a good overview. It's a timeline article. It's quite lengthy, but well worth your attention over there in Europe, because I hear so much from you about what's going on over there. But this timeline lays out the timeline that has been followed very, very closely and carefully for the establishment of a joint European common military. All right. Now, I've written about this. I've blogged about this in the past. A few years ago, we saw the merger of leading French and German defense contractors to create one giant armaments military industrial complex, if you will, and that for the purpose of standardizing equipment and so on and so forth, a lot of which has been standardized already with NATO, but this is really going to put it on the fast track. They've been going through with this, and as I said, my personal take on this is that they are creating an entity to ultimately allow them to leverage NATO out, and that will also mean leveraging American influence in Europe out. Now, for all you Brexiters in the United Kingdom, I want to draw your attention toward the end of this article. It's very lengthy, but toward the end of this article, I want to draw your attention to some paragraphs in here that I find very disturbing. And if I were in the United Kingdom, I would probably find them even more disturbing. One of the subparagraphs here is Britain announces bilateral defense pact with Germany. And this simply says Theresa May, this was last March of this year, Theresa May announces that Britain and Germany will form a defense pact immediately following formal invocation of Article 50 of the Lisbon Treaty. The Ministry of Defense, this is the British Ministry of Defense, says it is working with Germany, quote, on a joint vision statement on future cooperation, unquote. So in other words, it's sounding to me like there's still going to be some sort of integration of the British military with the European military, please note, via Germany. Okay. So with that in mind, I want you to listen to this portion of the of that lengthy timeline article here. This is dated 13th of November. That would be last year. And this is very recent. I was not aware of this until I had read this. This is very, very significant. I want to read the section in the second article titled EU Military Established with Signing of Joint Notification on PESCO. All right. And here's what it says. 23 member states sign a joint notification on permanent structured cooperation, parenthesis, PESCO, close parenthesis, establishing an EU military and single point budget. Signatory nations, listen carefully, are legally obliged to take part in PESCO operations with no possibility of national electorates preventing national involvement. The 23 nations are Austria, Belgium, Bulgaria, the Czech Republic, Croatia, Cyprus, Estonia, Finland, France, Germany, Greece, Hungary, Italy, Latvia, Lithuania, Luxembourg, the Netherlands, Poland, Romania, Slovakia, Slovenia, Spain, and Sweden. The United Kingdom does not sign It is possible for the United Kingdom and other member states to join at a later stage. But remember, May has announced a joint defense pact with Germany, as Germany is seeking its own version of DARPA, which I suspect the plan is to make this the center or core of a common European-wide DARPA-like agency. So lots going on in Europe, but please note now, the national sovereignty, according to the PESCO arrangement, for these nations not to participate in any adventurism that the technocrats in Brussels might want to come up with, like maybe invading Russia, or something absurd like that. There's no choice that these countries have. They have to go along with it. Now, folks, I don't know about you, but if I were living in France or Germany, the United Kingdom, Italy, Spain, Hungary, what have you, I'd be looking at that with a very wary eye. And what you're effectively doing is you're turning over your national military sovereignty and defense to the likes of people like Draghi and Jean-Claude Juncker and so on and so forth. And these are the same people that gave you the refugee crisis in conjunction with the swamp in Washington, D.C. So anyway, lots going on in Europe, lots of stuff to watch as usual. And again, folks, I want to remind you just again for the announcements, VidChat is not tomorrow. It will be next Friday, a week from tomorrow. Please do continue to watch the schedule. I'm back in a scheduling bind once again. I don't know how to schedule or when to schedule certain things. So please keep an eye on that, because I might have to change that at the last minute. Next Thursday, I will try to remember to make a proper announcement as to what the schedule is going to look like. And also, I want to thank everybody for the articles, the donations. We really appreciate that. We're trying to work out some bugs. As many of you have reported, there have been problems with the website being down. We were hit twice this week. So anyway, I do appreciate that. We'll see you on the flip side, and God bless. Bye-bye.